Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot and welcome for your reading for the new moon in Aries for April 2021. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing the astrology of the moon because Saturday evening, 6 p.m. GMT, so 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 a.m. Pacific, I'll be live streaming for the new moon. I'll be doing readings there as well. And also, I'll be having on astrologer David Fisher so we can pick apart the new moon on the astrology level. As ever, this is a general reading, or will be once I cover what I've pulled out of the new moon. And general reading rules apply. You know, there's an intro here with a timestamp below, so you can fast forward to the reading, one if you want to, but please hang around once for this intro, because I would like you to watch your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, especially your rising sign. That's the one that I always feel is the most important. But hey, it's a new moon. Watch your moon sign. But in the first, I'm just going to pick out some aspects. It's probably the wrong word to use in this case. Some significations of this new moon. But as a general reading, you know, general reading rules will apply. Timing's not absolute. Roles can get reversed. You know the plot by now. And although you can ask a question prior to the reading, so you can have a think about that while I'm going through the moon itself, then hopefully that reading will give you some form of answer and you'll be able to tell if it's not a reading for you. It's a Celtic cross this time, so it's still, I don't like that idea of take what resonates. It's either the lot or nothing. That's the way my mind works. Whole thing or nothing at all. But again, with a Celtic cross, there is an element of past and present, so you'll be able to tell whether it's for you or not. Right, let's get on to this moon, 22 degrees Aries. Now, on the Facebook page for this channel, I've already posted a lot of the astrologers discussing this new moon, and every time I find a new show, I'll be posting that up there as well. So as you know, with the sun ingress into Aries, that's the start of the astrological new year. But it's almost like that between the sun ingress into Aries and the new moon in Aries is almost like a planning time, a waiting time, a time of potential. And the new moon in Aries is what really kicks the year off. Now, this year it's at 22 degrees Aries and is ruled by the angel Melahel, who as a degree angel represents sharing the flame, a healing capacity. That's good signs to start off with. Now, as one of the Shem HaMephorash, that's the angels who bear the name of God, and the meaning of Melahel's name is the God who deflects the evil. Now, all of these angels have 5 points around the zodiac, and I've been drawn recently to study these 5 points because, hey, that's where my background is. I want to know about the pentagrams. So, Melahel, you'd think all of them, but not according to the reference I've been looking at. But Melahel's 5 points do indeed form a pentagram, as do most of the degree angels, but strangely not all of them. Nithaya is one that doesn't. So if you have planets, obviously at 22 degrees Aries, but also 4 degrees Cancer, 16 degrees Virgo, 28 degrees Scorpio, or 10 degrees Aquarius, this could be a wonderful new moon to start something really, really creative, because it's a direct pentagram, quintile aspects between the various points, obviously, and there can be some wonderful energies being brought up by that. The fact that it's at 22 degrees, 24 minutes, is it 24 minutes? Yeah, 24 minutes Aries. It's in the first half of 22 degrees, because looking at the symbols, this degree is a little bit double-edged. But just going back to that pentagram, this is also the pentagram of the Saturn of Dion Fortune of the Order of the Golden Dawn. So if you know anything about Dion Fortune, you know that I expect setting intentions, doing some form of creative magic, or doing some form of creative project, starting it on the 3 days of this new moon to have some extra whammy, extra blessing, especially if you invoke the angel Melahel in this process. You know, even if it's you're just about to put paintbrush to canvas and say, Melahel, assist me with this. Angels need permission. They can't just do what they're designed to do without your permission, because they will always respect your free will. And Melahel especially is about those healing efforts. Supports the development of your healing gifts, I'm looking at right now, and helps you to accept those parts of you that you feel are hard to love. Restores and revitalizes with the energy of love. That's coming from an Aurosoma site that I used to think Aurosoma was a bit weird, and then I tried using it one time, only the one bottle, but I had spectacular results. So if you find one of those, what they called essences that you're drawn to, go for it. Now, Melahel is a guardian angel of a period of Cancer, July the 12th to the 16th. So if you are Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, this should also be very, very useful to work with Melahel in your new creative project. And in terms of doing the magic, there is, now, where is it? Oops, I've put it in the wrong place. So there is, from Franz Barden, he, through his magical work, he found names and sigils for what he called the degree heads, those beings that exemplify, can explain the energy of each individual degree of the zodiac, as beings that a magician can evoke. Now, the name of the entity or degree head for 22 degrees Aries is Belisarius. Now, quoting from Barden's notes, this head, like the two foregoing ones, is superior to the others in wisdom, cleverness, and sagacity. And he teaches the magician to apply the laws of the zone girdling the earth by the Akasha principle to realize them in the physical world. Belisarius is always willing to help the magician in any respect. So, as well as invoking Melahel, maybe have a little word with Belisarius as well. And what that phrase meant in English, he teaches the magician to apply the laws of the zone girdling the earth, i.e. the zodiac, the ecliptic, by the Akasha principle to realize them in the physical world. This, now, I am not a fan of quite a lot of the manifestation philosophies. I think it's taken a perfectly valid magical law and forgotten the fact that there's numerous others, depending on who you listen to. There's 6 others or there's 21 others, you know. So 22 would figure with the major arcana, really, wouldn't it? Or the tree of life. So even with that, with the description of Belisarius and his capabilities, that it's the secret incarnate, you know. So which is perfect for setting things into motion. With Melahel's, getting my teeth tongue-tied, Melahel's healing influence as well, because hey, world needs a lot of healing at the minute, doesn't it? So I don't think there's any of us in the life that couldn't do with a little smattering of some good healing energy, either for ourselves or that we can then radiate out into the world in a good hippie woo-woo fashion, and actually do some good and improve the world. Now, this degree says take a chance. Looking at the Chandra symbol, the inside degree of this degree is Aries 23, because 22 degrees Aries to 23 degrees Aries is the 23rd degree, is a bottle labelled Drink Me. Now, if you remember, this is what made Alice in Wonderland shrink. The interpretation written from Inside Degrees is the force of events sweeps away who we thought we were and plunges us to a deeper place beyond the known. The sheer immediacy, the sudden clarity shifts mountains of intent into a different octave altogether. Being taken by storm is the most direct path from here to there. And when cosmic worlds are urgently coming through, the only smart thing to do is to step aside and make a huge amount of room for unexpected guests at events that you could never have arranged in your wildest dreams. Now, that, I think, is beautiful. Another interpretation says the bottle asks you to try something whose results you won't know until you do it. Take a chance. Just as the painter applies successive layers of paint to see what will happen. We tend to think it's good to be careful, but not always. This degree has a refreshing lack of caution that most often carries it to surprising and wondrous places. So we've got that manifestation energy. We've got that healing energy. Now, this is not something that's just naturally going to come in. This is something that you have to actually ask for and intend to use, because intent is everything. But there's, like I say, this degree is a little double-edged. Let's have a look at the symbols. I'm looking at the wrong page here. Was it Kosminski? Right, the Safarial degree symbol says it is a degree of weakness. Adriana Corelli says it's a degree of fatality. Now, that is not as bad as what it sounds. I'm not talking about a Mortal Kombat fatality. It's setting something into motion karmically and receiving karma where required. I mean, okay, we've just had a year's worth of zodiac action that's been all about clearing karma, but I personally think that it's probably something that's never going to entirely run out. Now, the Cherubel degree symbol says that in a birth chart, this can be malefic, to put it gently. I don't want to focus on this. Kosminski says it's a symbol of entrapping. So where I'm saying ask Belisarius, Melahel to assist you in your creative projects, ask especially Melahel also for the guidance, if it be right, and it harm none. All of those magical laws, and it harm none is one that tends to be forgotten. People just remember the do as thou wilt to be the whole of the law. It's and it harm none, do as thou wilt be the whole of the law. But you are opening a door to adventure with this particular new moon. Now, speaking of that, it's also something that you may not know what the result is, but you're unlikely, David will correct me Saturday night if I'm wrong, but you're unlikely to be upset in your efforts by some surprise left field event, because the moon is talking to every single planet in the sky bar Uranus. So there isn't that for the moon related projects. I'm not saying something unexpected won't turn up. There's Uranus aspects that's no doubt coming up. I can't remember off the top of my head. But in this one issue that you use the new moon for, this healing new project, what have you, it's not that the result will be unexpected, it's that you don't necessarily know what it is, but it's not something that's going to come and knock you off your feet unless that's in a good way. That's how I would interpret that. I'm putting all this information here for you to make your own mind of and see what feels right. And obviously, it links with your own chart and what way the wind's blowing. And you know, there's Dane Rudyard with the Sabian symbol, a pregnant woman in a light summer dress, are showing it's indicating the conception and gestation, obviously, of the project that you are wanting, that you can use this new moon to come around. He sees this as a degree of inner fulfillment, or the potential of reaching towards inner fulfillment, and it has a keynote of fecundity, you know, harvest. So it's double-edged. Ask for guidance, check that it's with the divine plan, and all the little caveats that you want to put in. And if you don't normally put those in, start. I am not suggesting that your will not be done, but the way I was trained, or the way I was work, was always add that "and it harm none," if this be in line with the divine plan, all those sort of caveats, and then go for it hell for leather, probably the wrong phrase, to see what occurs. And you're giving spirit the freedom to take you to the right place while working on what hopefully feels right for you. So, as I said, ask a question, and you don't have to watch this a second and third time, don't worry. Ask your question and I will bring the cards up. Okay, Aquarius, and if you're Aquarius rising, this new moon occurs in your third house, which is all about your local neighborhood, your ability to learn the basics of a subject. And we're starting with the Eight of Pentacles on the base of the deck, which implies that here you have the opportunity to build something. Now, this is actually really quite beautiful, because how you're feeling is ready to rush ahead with all the information that you have. Knight of Swords, which I think is the fastest knight. I always tend to think the Knight of Wands is, but it isn't. It's the Knight of Swords that is the fastest knight. So you are ready to surge ahead after some miraculous discovery or some miraculous union. I think that's what I might go with. I'm going to go with miraculous union, because right in the center of the reading we have the Two of Cups clarified by the Magician. And this is a welcome breath of fresh air, considering that the past here is represented by the Nine of Wands, that wounded warrior. Are we there yet? Feeling trapped, feeling, I mean, look, this is a wild and savage woman, like it makes me think of the people that Teela, who not He-Man Teela, but Doctor Who's Teela, the people that she came from. You know, they were highly efficient, but jungle savages. You know, look, there's something moving, kill it. So there's been that, and also a tiredness of, oh God, are we still killing things, sort of thing going on. And I'm not sure how much more of this can we take. And then comes this miraculous union, which opens up your own personal power. Now, whether that's with a person, I mean, whoopee-doo, if you're looking to this for a love reading and that's a person, that's beautiful. Or whether it's a new philosophy, a new piece of kit, even. It could be as practical as you are an artist and now you finally got your t-shirt printing machine. You know, that there's a miraculous union with something that is close to home, not home, but close to home. However, there is something that is standing in your way, and that is some sense of victory or some sense of carrying on doing what you was doing before. Ain't no time for this. Because this Six of Wands, like I've said in a few of these readings, Minnow Pond says it's a carry on what you're doing card. Now, if that's your opposition, it's stop doing the same thing to expect a different result. But it also may be some victory that you were riding high on. And to be quite honest, yes, it's old news now. So what have you done for me lately, sort of thing. Because there is an opportunity here with this union for a miraculous transformation if you make the decision to go for it, and you will be led this way. We have Remph, the angel of visions. Now, 3 signs, Capricorn was one, I can't remember the other one, have had Sitael, the creation of all things, come out of the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. And there's 78, 72, 78 cards in there. So you've seen that I shuffle them. This is a beautiful time for you to create something. You have to make sure that whether you are on a high from a previous victory or whether you have been doing the same thing again and again and again and again, you do not let it stop you. You do not let it get in your way. You pack it in. Because from Spirit, we have the Queen of Swords. Someone who is quite good at cutting away the dead wood. Doesn't necessarily want to, but will when required. Now, if Spirit are coming in to cut away the dead wood, then maybe you want to get that dead wood gone before Spirit get a chance to try and cut it away, because it is never it's never as pleasant when Spirit are coming to do it as when you can do it yourself beforehand, because they will make a point of pointing out to you how you could have done this yourself beforehand. But you are going from this 9 of Wands, wounded, oh God, are we still doing this? I'm so tired, I'm so achy, I'm so injured, to a Knight of Pentacles, slow but definite progress. You feel like you're racing ahead. The real world will take some time to catch up with you, and that's fine. You might get a little bit frustrated with I'm right, but the world is only going to listen at its own pace. So accept every small victory as you find them, because you are undergoing a transformation in this process. So of course it feels a lot faster than it will to the rest of the world. But the world is supporting you here. We have the world in the other people card. You're worried that you'll get dragged away in 2 different directions. That this, once you start on this path, that it will take you to places where you don't know and you haven't planned and what have you. And as a fear, that's exactly right. This is indeed going to take you to new places where, because it's like the lack of control that you get when you sit on a roller coaster. You make the decision to get into that carriage and pull down the safety harness and hold on to it for dear life. And then that's your control finished. You have surrendered yourself to the control of the process, which is the roller coaster doing its circuit. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You might be scared of that, but in this circumstance, I really do believe that it's a good thing. This is a strategic move for you. This is a way of starting the creation of work and skill. But you are creating something positive here. But the transformation that you go through first is going to be fueling that that whatever it is that you are going to build out of here. So yeah, hope it answered your question. But this is absolutely beautiful. That finishing on a seven, I know it's a seven of swords, and I know that that's got all sorts of negative meanings, but or less than positive meanings. But what I'm seeing here is a tremendous amount of love and care and caution. That is not someone stealing the swords. That is someone taking the swords out of the way so the wolves don't injure themselves on them, because those wolves are your protectors. Um, and it also indicates to me that there is a certain situation, hopefully that one where you were doing the same thing or where you were claiming a victory. And yeah, it was your victory, but it's done now. That you are moving away from that to create something beautiful and something divinely inspired. And as I say, there's people supporting you here. There is a world of opportunity that other people are bringing to you for you to recognize. So stop doing the same thing over and over again and open yourself up to this miraculous union, which is beautiful. You know, is that's definitely going to be the title for this reading. So, and also, I'm really pleased, Aquarius, because your monthly reading was a bit sort of like some of the readings were last year. And it looked like you'd had a flare up of some form of issue or some form of trouble, or possibly the same old has flared up again. And now you've got a chance to write the story differently. This is beautiful. Use these energies. Without fail, you would be letting yourself down if you do not change and surrender that victory. You've had it, you've had the kudos, you've had the glory, you've had the good results. It has finished. So that's you told, Aquarius. Because this is beautiful, this miraculous union coming in. This is really, really beautiful. It sets up a whole real transformation within yourself and within your life. So yeah, that's it. That's everything that I can see in them cards. So if it means anything to you, Aquarius, comment down below. I try and respond to the comments as fast as I find them. But it's always good to know that these readings find their home. They get to the people who they are useful for. If you like the video, press the like button. It really helps the video get seen by more people. And obviously, I'm a YouTuber. Please subscribe if you like my stuff, because it really helps the channel. Especially at the moment. You know, I've not reached that magic 1001. Final reminder, Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, which is not GMT. It is British summertime. I got that wrong. But that's 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific, or adjust it to your own local time zone schedule. I'll be live streaming with astrologer David Fisher and more new moon readings. So see you then.